Girl, wait. We need to talk about relationship red flags because sometimes we're calling it chemistry when it's actually a giant red flag waving right in our face. And yes, your birth chart can give us clues. Hello po guys and gals, it's me ALQ, and today we're exposing the red flags we somehow keep calling OMG, but the chemistry! Girl, hindi lahat ng butterflies love. And we're not doing the basic Scorpio bad, Gemini bad, Aries bad. Nope. We're looking at Venus, Moon, Mars, Saturn's, Pluto, your 7th house, and even Synastry. Ayan, mas juicy. Red flag number 1, mixed signals. Today they're obsessed with you. Tomorrow, cold. Then 3 days later, hey stranger, excuse me? That's not mysterious, that's confusing. Now let's bring Venus into it. Venus describes a lot about how we give and receive affection and what we tend to value in relationships. Pero here's the problem, sometimes we mistake inconsistency for excitement. They're unpredictable, so you're constantly in a she like me? Red flag number 2, you always have to chase. You text first, you plan everything, you fix the argument, you keep the relationship alive. And they're just there. Babe, that's not partnership, that's an unpaid relationship labor. Mars can be interesting here because it relates to how we pursue, act, and handle conflict. And sometimes strong Mars chemistry feels amazing. Passion, pursuit, fire! Pero if the only thing keeping you together is the constant fight and makeup cycle, that's not necessarily passion, that's a pattern. Red flag number 3. You constantly question yourself around them. Did I say something wrong? Am I asking for too much? Am I being too sensitive? If you're constantly shrinking yourself just to keep the peace, hindi na healthy. And this is where your moon becomes interesting. The moon relates to emotional needs and what helps you feel safe. So imagine you're with someone who constantly triggers your insecurity, but you're calling that feeling deep connection. No, babe, your nervous system may just be screaming. Red flag number 4, dating their potential, not who they are. Who you think they could become. He'll change. She'll eventually open up. Once they heal, it'll be perfect. Girl, you are dating a future version that doesn't exist yet. Saturn can bring up themes around responsibility, boundaries, commitment, and lessons. So sometimes a difficult relationship teaches you something important. Boundaries, self-worth, patience, knowing when to leave. Pero a lesson doesn't mean you have to stay forever. And this one gets people every time. Intensity. You can't stop thinking about them. You can't stay away. Every conversation feels electric. And you're like, this must be destiny. Or you just have insane chemistry. Especially when Pluto gets involved in Synastry, the connection can feel extremely intense or transformative, magnetic, obsessive, hard to forget. Pero please, intensity is not a relationship quality by itself. Another massive red flag, control. Who you can talk to, what you can wear, where you can go, who you can follow. That's not love. Kahit gaano pa ka-intense yung chemistry. Now let's talk about the 7th house. This is one of the major areas astrologers look at for committed partnerships. And your 7th house themes can describe qualities you may repeatedly encounter in relationships. But here's the important part. It doesn't mean you're destined to date a red flag. Your chart doesn't force you to choose somebody. It can help you notice patterns. And once you see the pattern, you can choose differently. Ayan, that's the part I want you to remember. So here's your quick red flag test. Do they respect your boundaries? Are their actions matching their words? Can you communicate without fear? Do you feel safe being yourself? And most importantly, do you feel peace? Because sometimes we ask, do they love me? But maybe the better question is, do I actually feel good in this relationship? That's a very different question. Okay, now I want to know your red flag. What's the one thing you know you should never tolerate again? Mine isn't your chart. It's ignoring what your chart and your common sense are already telling you. Because babe, the right person shouldn't constantly leave you confused about where you stand. Hindi dapat puro anxiety, guessing, and chasing. Love can be exciting, pero it should also feel safe. Okay, chismis time. I just found out na may bago sa stars. Grabe, this alignment is bringing major tea. I can't even. Someone's crush is about to slide into their DMs. Promise! Okay, enough tea muna. Stay curious, stay little delulu, pero please know your worth. Red flags are not love languages, okay? See you sa next one!